So I'm in the process of building my very first PC, bro. And let me tell you, this shit has been one of the most confusing, most stressful things ever, bro. Until I figured out the mindset I needed to get it done. And that mindset is, fuck everybody with a hating ass opinion, bro. And if this is your first PC build like it is mine, you have to remember, this is your money, your build, your experience, bro. Not everybody know what they talking about when it comes to building a PC or know what you want. You feel what I'm saying? And that's cool. That is like cool, bro. Me, I don't know a damn thing about building a PC. Obviously, this is my first time. You feel what I'm saying? I finally settled on the specs that I want. Even though people have been dogging, talking hella about the CPU that I chose, which is this Intel Core Ultra 7 265K. I'm telling you, bro. I was watching review after review after review, and everybody was just talking mad shit about this CPU, bro. And like, I don't know why. All like the benchmarks and specs and all that I've seen, which I really don't give two about the benchmark and specs, bro. I just really want to see how it's being used from day to day. You feel me? But every single review that I seen was like, oh, the Intel Core 265K is trash and the 285K is trash. And I'm like, bro, I'm coming from a console. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they kept comparing it to like the Ryzen, I want to say like 9800 X3D or maybe like the 9950 or something. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They kept comparing this CPU to that Ryzen, talking about how trash this CPU is, bro. For example, if the Ryzen CPU is getting 150 frames on a game and the Intel Core is getting 130 frames, to me, 130 frames is still fire, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm coming from console gaming where I was barely pushing 60 frames per second. Now, if I can get this CPU and you telling me that I can push 130, to me, that's good. Why is people talking about how trash this is? It's not trash, bro. And then also, I got rid of my Mac Mini, bro, to build this PC. So I had to sell a whole bunch of stuff. As you can see, my desk is low-key kind of empty. You know what I'm saying? So I don't got nothing to edit with. I'm hearing that the Intel, if you want to edit, this Intel Core is where you need to go. It's just terrible in gaming. If I can push 130 frames a game, that's all I need, bro. Like I said, I'm coming from a console game where I was barely pushing 60 frames per second, bro. So if I'm getting over 100, if I'm getting over 60 anything, to me, that is well worth it, bro. Like this CPU ain't trash, you know what I'm saying? Also, the Intel Core Ultra 7 265K was in my budget, bro. Like, it was not that expensive compared to that Ryzen, which was charging an arm, a leg, and 2 toes, bro. I ain't for that. I'm not trying to spend all that money just to get me a little bit more frames that's gonna make my gaming experience that much better. You feel what I'm saying? So hey, if this is your first PC build and you want a gaming PC, if you can get over 60 frames compared to your console, what the fuck is wrong with this CPU? You feel what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real, you know what I'm saying? I'm not no professional PC gamer, none of that. I'm just an average dude who decided to build a PC. So that's what I'm doing. To me, this right here is cool, all right? Now, moving on from this, which as you can see, I got it in the bundle. This bundle came with this, the Tough Gaming motherboard, ZA90. I heard good things about this. Once again, I don't know nothing about building a PC. I just know that this was a bundle with the Intel Core, and from the reviews that I've seen on YouTube, this motherboard is solid. So this is the motherboard I went with. We got some ooh, this got my address on it. Let me go ahead and pull this off, cuz. All right, I got it. The RAM I went with is the Corsair RAM RGB. You know what it is. This is 32 gigabytes, 6400 megahertz. Again, I was seeing people talking about, man, you getting that 64 megahertz, bro. Your stuff is C32 or something like that. Ooh, blah, blah. It should work for me, bro. You feel what I'm saying? I got 2 terabytes of the Kingston memory. This is my Windows 11. I had to download that, you know what I'm saying? And then this actually came out my PS5. I got this a long time ago. This is a 1 terabyte. I'm just trying to get as much storage as I can. So technically total, I got 3 terabytes going in. It should be compatible with the motherboard that I got. If not, we gonna see, you know what I'm saying? Then for the cooler, I got me a Liquid Freezer Pro 3 RGB, and let me tell you, this is another thing that kept me like super stressed out, bro. I was like, man, how am I finna cool this CPU? People talking about, man, it runs hot, you gotta cool it, da, da, da. I'm like, man, should I get me an air cooler? Should I get me like a radiator, AIO 360 cooler? I don't know, but as you can see, I finally settled on one of these, which this was a great price on Amazon, bro. This was like, I think like 90 bucks or some stuff on sale. So I was like, why not? Let's do it, bro. So I got this too. Moving Moving on from there, I got me the Corsair RM850 power supply, which again, I seen people talking about you gotta get a good power supply. If you don't, the house can catch on fire or this thing can catch on fire. Make sure that this bad boy is gold rated and all that bull crap. So that kind of scared me a little bit. I'm like, damn, bro. So I'm building a death trap, bro. So I made sure I got me a decent little power supply, which people were saying this bad boy right here is decent. So I went in, I copped that thing, you know what I'm saying? And then for the grand finale, I got me a RTX 5070 Ti. Now, this part right here was probably by far the most stressful thing about building a PC, about what graphics card am I gonna get now. I was down to two options, the 5070 Ti and the, I think, what is it? The RX 9070 XT from AMD. It was between them two. And the AMD is way cheaper, bro. It is way cheaper. And I'm like, bro, what can I get? What can I get? But I ain't gonna lie, bro. I let the reviews kind of deter me a little bit. You know, they said the 9070 XT is pretty good when it comes to playing games and all that. But when it comes to editing, they was like, it's not that good. And like I told y'all, I gotta edit these videos. You feel what I'm saying? So I was like, dang, I gotta get the Ti because people saying that's a good editing thing. And there's not a bunch of reviews on YouTube talking about the 9070 XT being a like an editing graphics card. Like I couldn't find shit on that. So I'm like, dang, I really want to get the 90 XT, but I don't want to waste my money and then I'll be stuck, can't really edit and get my edits done. You know what I'm saying? So I settled with this bad boy right here, which I ain't mad at. It's still a RTX 5070 Ti. I guess that's like super cool. You know what I'm saying? Those are all the pieces that I got. I think I'm putting all that inside of a and what is this? This is a Tough Gaming GT302 ARGB case. I got this bad boy on Amazon. Huge, bro. And I promise you, I pulled it out the case. This bad boy look brand new. So I'm excited to get it building, bro. I ain't finna build in this video because it's already dang, I've been recording for like 10 minutes. It's already too long, bro. So I'm gonna make a separate video if y'all want to see the build, bro. You know what I'm saying? So all my first time builders, y'all still watching this video, bro. Remember what I said, bro. You gotta have the mindset. Fuck anybody who got a hating ass opinion, bro. It's your money, your build, your experience, bro. You build what you want to build. You spend what you want to spend. Yes, you can watch the reviews to get an idea of what you want and how stuff works. But at the end of the day, this is your shit, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like, why do you need to play a game at 288 frames per second? You know what I'm saying? It's still gonna look good at 210 frames per second. Don't stress out like me. Like, I was literally probably killing myself watching videos every day trying to figure out what part I'm gonna get for the build. But as you can see, I finally got all my stuff. I'm ready to build. I'm ready. Damn, you know what? I ain't really got nowhere to build in this room. I'm gonna have to take all this stuff off my desk and move it to the middle so I can record. I might as well start taking stuff apart now. Dang. Dang, bro.